What up, rock stars? It's Rox. Before we get started, I can't be fucking with you guys too long today. I don't know if I told you guys, but they gave me another desk to handle. Of course, with no more pay, but way more fucking work. So it's been a little bit of a struggle getting these videos out to you guys on time. And since next week I'll be going on vacation, I don't know if I told you guys that, but if I didn't tell you, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be on vacation next week. I am going to do my Monday and Tuesday videos. Those videos will be up the rest of the week, no top of the blogs, nothing else. So you'll still get 4 videos next week. They'll just all be at the beginning of the week. But yeah, because I got all this shit, it's crunch time at work. I'm trying to finish up all this goddamn work so I can get the fuck up out of here, you guys. I cannot wait. We just gonna breeze on through these subjects. I got quite a few of them, but that's all right. We're gonna make it, y'all. This is a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. Let's get to it. So you always got to get politics out of the way, right? Your president, he didn't put out a tweet or a series of tweets yesterday saying, in short, that they will not tolerate any transgenders in the military in no shape, way, or form. They're not welcome there. And of course, the LGBTQ community, people are upset by what he said. I'm sure he put that out knowing that people would be upset by it. We believe that it is a deflection. Of course, Russiagate is getting larger and larger, the leaks. He is trying to figure out any kind of way that he can get the conversation off of that and onto something else. Not only that, but I think that Donald Trump is also good at when he gets mad at you, then he gonna do something to piss you back off in return. So now this transgender ban. I don't feel that the transgender community cannot work efficiently in the military just as well as anybody else in the fucking military. You know, this whole gays in the military, transgender, I never even really thought about transgenders in the military, but evidently, Caitlyn Jenner says there's 15,000 of them in the military. They deserve to be able to work just like anybody else. I don't know what he's going to do about the ones that's already there. I mean, are they expecting them to go back to what they were born as and not what they identify themselves as? I don't even know. But as far as transgenders in the military, gays in the military, I don't think that there is any problem with that. I'm not in the military. I don't know what impact it has on the military. I just figure, look, if that's what the job that they chose to do, okay, better them than me. I'm not trying to be in no fucking military. So if that's what they want to do and protect the country, I think that we should be honored that that's what they chose to do. These people are willing to fight in our names. Everything that Donald Trump does, I don't even think he believes in it. I think he just does things to upset. His approval rating is going down. I think they said it's at 35%, the lowest ever for any president. Not surprising. I'll keep on telling you guys, I just sit back and I watch. I don't even get upset with nothing he does anymore. This whole repeal and replace and letting Obamacare fail and all that. Y'all, we gonna see. That's all I'm gonna say. I done told y'all to buckle in for these 4 years, right? Ain't even got through the first fucking year and it's all this foolishness, so can't think nothing else about it. My rock stars that are in the military, on a serious note, y'all let me know what you think about this whole transgender and gay community. Is it bigger than we think? Is he making a mountain out of a molehill? Was it a non-issue? Okay, is it something that needed to be addressed? Okay, do you think that is fair that, he's I want to see it from the perspective of somebody that's in the military. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, thank you for the transgenders, the gays, and anybody else who wants to work in the fucking military. With everything that's going on in the world right now, is not a place that I would desire to be. Okay? Salute to all of our military personnel out there. I got a lot of requests from you guys for me to talk about 2 cases where people died and it was recorded and uploaded to social media. I don't really want to talk about those cases, but you guys know what I'm talking about. One was down in Florida. Some teenage boys ranging from the ages of 14 to 18 years old recorded on their cell phones a man that was drowning, who had just had an argument with his mother, and his girlfriend walked out into the water and then could not stay above it. Not sure if he was trying to kill himself originally and then tried to change his mind, couldn't get out, and nobody tried to help him. That story, as well as the story in California of the Latina girl who was driving drunk, had her 14-year-old, I believe she was 14 years old, sister in the back seat and another friend, they did not have on their seatbelts. The 18-year-old sister rolled the car, okay, lost control of it, rolled the car, and her sister was ejected. And I'm assuming the car smashed her or killed her. I didn't see the video. I don't want to see these type of videos. I don't even really like talking about these kind of things because it's just, you know, I just be like, why do you guys want me to talk about this kind of thing? I mean, it's a tragedy. And of course I am upset about it, and I think that these kids need to go to jail. I just can't, I don't have the patience for this kind of stupidity. What really affects me though is the fact that our youth have been so desensitized by social media and the thirst for attention that not only do they sit and watch a person die, but they upload it to social media. I've told you guys plenty of times that social media is the devil. Well, I always used to say Twitter is the devil, but we have to expand that to Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and all of these other social media outlets where these kids just, I can't even fathom the thought process of these kids and thinking, I mean, the girl was drunk. But it still seems like you would sober up some once you realize that your sister is dead, that you lost control of this car, that you are drunk, okay, and that you were recording. But it never happened. As far as those boys that were recording, they were high. They were smoking weed and supposedly watching and laughing. I mean, just callous, just evil, just, I don't know what to say. I would like to believe that these are just two isolated events where, because I just can't think that my children would ever sit around and let something like that happen. I just 100% can say that my children would not sit and watch somebody fucking drown. And I would hope that your children wouldn't do something like that as well. But it doesn't give you much hope when, like I said, we have two cases where these kids have recorded, you know, deaths. Didn't report it right away. I think the boys didn't report it at all, that it was uploaded onto their Facebook and that somebody else saw the video and reported the video. But yeah, it's just, it is ridiculous. I hate that these families lost their children. Okay, in the California case, one daughter is going to go to jail for a long time and the other daughter is dead. So just horrible cases. There's really nothing else to say about it other than I think those kids need to go to jail. That is it. No sympathy. None at all. Oh, Lucky Whitehead. Evidently, Lucky Whitehead was charged with petty larceny up in Virginia. They said that Lucky had stolen from a store or something. And when he was caught and he gave his name to the police, Rodney Darnell Whitehead Jr., and provided the police with his full name, his social security number, and his driver's license information and address, they charged him with petty larceny. I guess Mr. Rodney Whitehead was supposed to show up at court and he did not. So there was a warrant put out for his arrest, okay, Lucky Whitehead's arrest. Now, the confusion in all this was that was a fake Lucky Whitehead. The real Lucky Whitehead didn't know anything about this charge. Once he found out that there was a warrant out for his arrest, he immediately said that it was not him, that he was not in Virginia at the time, and his lawyers had proof. Still, he got word at 12:45 about the charges, and at 2:30, the Cowboys was like, "Bye-bye, Lucky." And I quote, "We just felt like the best decision for the Dallas Cowboys was to release him. We felt that's good for us going forward and hopefully good for him going forward. A little bit of a wake-up call." Wake-up call is not necessary when it's not you, right? Okay, so I'm assuming the lawyers of Mr. Whitehead got in touch with the police out in Virginia and had them pull the surveillance cameras from this petty larceny robbery. Once they saw the video, it was very clear that that was not the real Rodney Darnell Whitehead Jr. And instead, someone had gotten his identity, his information, and given that to the police. The person that they had arrested did not have any of this on hand, but he memorized it. Come to find out that this gentleman who memorized his information had been using his information for quite some time. I'm even reading on the internet that this happens to quite a few athletes out there. Okay, they said that it happened to, I think, Ben Roethlisberger. Am I saying his name right? And they said it even happened to Ocho Cinco. So yeah, it was just a whole big, listen, it was just a case of misidentity. A little bit of a misunderstanding here. Once we got all that, sorted out with the Virginia police department, whichever it was, whatever section of Virginia that it was. I guess Lucky's agents fully expected the Cowboys to reinstate him, but the Cowboys was like, nah, baby, we still don't want you. I was just like, well, damn. Okay, now y'all know I don't know shit about football. I am not an NFL fan at all. Alright, so I don't know nothing about a Lucky Whitehead. I need my NFL fan rock stars out there to let me know. Is he a football player that they can take or leave? Was he already on the chopping block, or did they act hastily? Lucky Whitehead is upset, saying that, you know, they basically called him a liar and hung him out to dry. And, you know, there's all these quotes around the stadium and, you know, the grounds of the Dallas Cowboys that talks about, you know, being upstanding and telling the truth and all of that. And, you know, he just kind of feels like they're not holding to their word. Well, Dallas Cowboys, like, we don't give a fuck. We still don't want you. To me, it's fucked up, okay? But I also think that Lucky Whitehead, now I ain't never heard of this man before in my life, but in the last couple of weeks, I have been hearing his name quite a bit. And maybe the Dallas Cowboys was just like, we don't need none of this no damn more, because just a week or two ago, supposedly Lucky Whitehead was out of town, and while he was gone, somebody broke into his house and stole his beloved pit bull. So he had put out a note saying that, you know, he wanted his pit bull back, and then your fucking cousins got on the damn internet and was asking for $10,000 of ransom for him to get his damn dog back. I said, y'all niggas ain't never gonna be fucking right, okay? Somebody call him Monte and tell him to give Lucky his fucking dog back. Shit. Maybe the Cowboys was just over him and all of his dramatics in these last couple of weeks. Whatever. They decided to get rid of him. But yeah, it seems like it's kind of jacked up that the man lost his deal. And I guess now he's looking to be on other teams. But yeah, you guys, NFL fans out there, y'all let me know what the real is with this Lucky Whitehead situation, because it seems like if he was really a valuable player to the Cowboys, that they would have reinstated him once the clarification was that was not Rodney Darnell Whitehead Jr., not the real one anyway. But y'all let me know. Alright, you guys, so the Usher update. I told you guys last week about the lawsuit that was settled between Usher and his long-suffering side chick slash bestie of Tamika, ex-bestie I should say, who had contracted herpes from Usher, and he gave her $1 million for her time and troubles. Well, after that news surfaced, then it wasn't surprising that other stories started to come out of the woodworks. We got a doozy on this one, y'all. Miss Jane Doe said that she was going to sue him for $10 million because she had slept with him some months ago and he did not let her know that he had herpes. Supposedly she went to the doctor, she got tested, and she hit the jackpot because she has herpes too. Cha-ching! I shouldn't make fun. I really shouldn't make fun about it, you guys, but listen. This lady is now suing for $20 million damn dollars. She put 10 on 10, made it 20, and said, you know what, I got herpes. I probably got it from Usher, and because of that, he has ruined my fucking life, so nigga, $20 million. Now listen, if I got herpes from a celebrity, I would be quite upset too, and I probably would want to go out there and sue and do all of that as well. However, you guys, how do you prove that you got herpes from one certain person, especially if you're single and you have had multiple sex partners? Now, I'm sure her lawyer is going to argue that she hasn't. But there's no way to prove that. You can't 100% say that you got herpes from Usher, okay, just because you fucked him and you also know that he has it. Okay, that still doesn't. So my rock star lawyers out there, the real ones, I'm gonna need y'all to let me know what it is here, because that case doesn't sound like it is a clear-cut case. He ain't admitted to this girl like he did the last one that he had herpes and that he gave it to her. He didn't put her in contact with his doctors like he did the last one. The situation is totally different here. So it's where that other girl was like a for real side chick slash mistress that he's been having for years and years and years and probably has a relationship with. I mean, you know, this girl here, and probably was a one-time jump off, and So I mean, not saying that makes it any better or right or anything like that, but just like, I don't know how she gonna be able to prove the shit. That's all I'm saying. $20 million though, okay, whether or not it's true or false, not good publicity for Usher Raymond. You just don't need to be hearing stories like this. I don't know what his wife got to be going through. I mean, comes with the territory. I'm sure she knew who she was marrying, but still. It's just a bad place to be in. Now, we saw him on James Corden's show the other night. You know how they do the carpool karaoke? It was cute. I thought actually they had maybe filmed that before all the news hit, but I'm hearing they saying that no, they filmed that after the whole herpes stories had hit. So maybe it was a way of him poking fun at himself. I just was like, damn, that Usher used to have, man, he used to have the hits. When I was listening to them just sing, I was just like, oh, it's just too bad, where Usher's whole career is right now, just in this weird in-between space. He really didn't need this kind of shit going on in his life. It's just got out of hand now. It's just all kind of stories and shit that's coming out that I just think are terrible. We won't even get into all of that, but yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this case. But like I said, my rock star lawyers out there, let me know. Does 20 million have a case? Don't sound like it to me. Alright, you guys, so the big story out is Justin Bieber canceling his Purpose tour. Now, I don't know if I'm real surprised about, listen, Justin Bieber has been going through these last couple of years. He had been extremely moody. He started to not want to be around his fans. He felt like they were always taking over his personal space, that he could not live a regular life. And he was, we was getting whisperings that he was getting tired of this shit. Okay, now, the bad thing about that is, listen, you're a superstar celebrity. You are not just a regular dude anymore. So regular dudes do one thing, and superstar celebrities such as yourself do totally different other things. You cannot be out there and not expect your fans to want to talk to you, to touch you, to take pictures with you. Yes, we would hope that they will respect our privacy, but it just doesn't happen, especially when you have very immature children fans that just love you to death, okay, that can't control themselves and just almost want to attack you just to get near you when you're out in public. So it just comes with the territory, and for some people it's overwhelming. They can't take it. We all ask, well, not we all, but a lot of people ask for stardom at any cost, and then when they get it, they realize that, man, this stardom shit ain't really the thing for me. We've seen it happen to a lot of celebrities. Something about the music industry, either you are strong enough to withstand it, or we see a lot of people kind of get picked and pulled and fall apart in the midst of their, highly successful days. Justin Bieber finally got to this point where he was just like, I'm over it. Okay, so he's been on this Purpose tour for 18 months, they said. That is a long fucking time to be touring. 18 damn months? And I'm assuming that it had gotten to the point where he just felt like he couldn't do it anymore. Now, the jacked up thing about that is you have all these fans that you're disappointing. There comes a point in your life where you have to look out for yourself first. I'm just wondering who of his people thought that he could do. How long was this fucking tour gonna last? 2-3 years? That's a lot. So he said that he canceled the tour, and of course his fans are very, very upset. They said that they're going to refund the money, and hopefully Justin Bieber can go off to his life and get himself together. Now, they say that he has found Jesus in this transition of, trying to figure out if he really wants to sing and do all of this anymore. I don't know if that's true or false. Okay, maybe he was always a Christian. Maybe he was he's just decided to lean a little bit further on the Lord because of all this that's going on. But we just don't know exactly what it is that he's going through right now. I think that he's just tired of it and he wants to go away, and he has enough money where he can, but that's what he needs to do, is go away and not try to live your life as a regular person. You just are not that person. So go away, try to get somewhere private. I mean, the extremely rich people they do it, and they're successful at it. Look at the Carters. They're able to be out there and do. And then when they try to get away, they get the fuck away. And there don't be all this commotion around them and everything. So it's possible, and you have the money to do it. So just Just go away. I just saw before I came out here to do this video that supposedly he hit a paparazzi when he was leaving church. You're going to have to bring church to you, baby. You can't go to these churches. They are following you. They are all over you. I think once he gets it in his head that he just not regular dude, that, you know, that he can't just be out there like that, maybe things will turn around for him. But I feel kind of sorry for him because he seems miserable and probably would give a lot of the shit that he has in his life now back if it came with just some peace and quiet. But he ain't getting that no time soon. So, on your prayers up for old Justin Biebs. But if he's in the church now, hopefully it's, you know, sincere and authentic, and, you know, maybe he can get some peace of mind there. Hold your head up, Justin. Hope you can figure it out. Alright, you guys, so Drake was hosting Houston Appreciation Weekend a few weeks ago, and we saw on Instagram that he had decided that he was going to retire former strippers Lyra Galore, Miracle Watts, and Malaya Michelle, is it? And so we saw pictures of him, you know, retiring their jerseys and them, you know, taking them up to the rafters, and he even gave them gifts of Louis Vuitton bags, and, you know, everybody was saying how wonderful and how great he was. And so yeah, supposedly he retired these 3 girls. This is where I'm getting confused on the story. Was Malaya there or not? Okay, because after that whole production, the day or two later, Malaya tweets that Drake has been trying to retire her for the longest, been telling her that, you know, that she shouldn't be out there, you know, as a stripper. She get too fucking old, that nobody want to see that shit. Just talking real down on her profession. You know, she tried to explain to him how much she loves it, that she plans on doing this shit until she can't do it no more. Okay, that she makes great money, that she looks just as good as these 20-year-old girls, and she's fucking 36 years old. Mind your fucking business, Drake. She even said that, you know, she told him she wears the same shit that Beyonce does. He told her don't compare herself to Beyonce. And listen, you guys, I understand what Malaya's trying to say. Okay, she's not comparing herself to Beyonce, but she is a sexual human being that, you know, performs on stage. Okay, we can, you know, not quite exactly the same content, not in the same forum, and definitely not at the same size. But listen, if this is what the girl want to do, if she want to strip, then who is anybody to say that you should not do it and then try to retire you? No, you can't do that. Now, she's 36 years old. Reality is you can't do this shit forever. Okay, it's gonna come a time in your life, I don't give a fuck what you do, stay in the gym and get all these surgeries and everything, you are gonna be too old to be doing that. Your body on the inside, the bones, they ain't gonna want to do that shit no more. You're gonna start looking different, and men are not going to want to see that shit anymore. So we're gonna hope that Malaya has a plan B, and that she's able to parlay that stripper thing into something else. But as of now, if this is what she want to do, listen, if she ain't hurting nobody, she making her money, then let her do that. Drake cannot tell her what to do. You ain't put a ring on it, you guys not married, and even then, you know, it's never something where a man can just 100% tell you you can or cannot do something. So Malaya says that she gonna do this shit as long as she can. She's over the bullying. Yeah, I think that was not necessarily a form of bullying, but, you know, just a way for him to put her down and make him feel that he has control over her life. That shit would piss me off too. Speaking of bullying, we can talk about Amber Rose, who was on Joe Budden's, what's the show on Complex? Oh, I can't think of the name of the show, but you guys know what I'm talking about, the podcast. And she was talking about, is it a podcast? Anyway, whatever it is. She was talking about a bunch of other things, some shit that I didn't, you know, I was just like, okay, Amber. But the one part where they're talking about bullying, and she was bullied by Kanye, I agree with that. Kanye definitely bullied her. That girl never said anything, and still hasn't really said anything bad about Kanye. And, you know, he started it with the, you know, he had to take hundreds of showers or every time he slept with her. I mean, you know, it was stupid because it was just like, who does that? In reality, nobody believes that you did that anyway. It just sounded like somebody that was hurt by the relationship breaking up, and just to make himself sound better and I guess make his current wife feel better, for him to say some shit like that. But yeah, he said a lot of foul things about Amber, and Amber never came back and said anything about him. So yeah, I agreed with that. Y'all tell me what you think about it though. Is Malaya getting to the point where she needs to do something different, or should everybody mind her business and let that girl worry about her own self? Okay, and then interviews on The Breakfast Club. First, Bernice. I know I always want to call her Beatrice. Bernice, is that her name? It is Bernice, right? Bernice Burgos. Okay, I'm really not quite sure what Bernice does. Okay, evidently she used to be a bartender. Okay, well, the way it started, her story is that she was at BB's and she was approached to be a video vixen. She doesn't like the word video vixen, I'm sorry. She was an urban model and she was in these videos, and you know, she was also a very popular bartender, and she just kind of blew up. She's a beautiful girl. She's had some work done to her body that's made her even more attractive to people out there, and yeah, she's blown up. Now of course we all know about Beatrice because of her supposed fling with T.I. Now she said that that was not true, and that she was quite disappointed in how she even came at Tiny, because it wasn't necessarily Tiny that was blowing this thing up. It was more social media, and I told y'all about that social media thing. Okay, listening to what everybody's saying and kind of getting taunted into reacting and saying some shit, and you know, all of that. So she's a very pretty girl. Definitely looks like T.I.'s type. Okay, because when you see the girls that T.I. supposedly fucked around with, they always had that kind of look. Okay, but if she say it didn't happen, then child, I guess. I mean, the interview was cool. The girl seems to be cool enough. Okay, she's very confident in herself, and she's just trying to make moves and get out there and promote herself and climb up and become an actress and all of that. So I mean, good for her. The little you know, tete-a-tete that her and Angela had about this video vixen / urban model. You guys, it's just semantics. To me, it's the same thing. It's just like when I was in high school, I was very, very small, and people used to always call me skinny. I hated the word skinny. I would be preferred to be called thin. But skinny just put in my mind images of like crackhead, you know, skinny, like bones, like starving. I didn't like that image in my head, but when I think about it today, skinny, thin, same damn thing. Same situation here. Urban model, video vixen. I think video vixen in her mind puts in the thought of, you know, women sleeping with the rappers to be in the video and just kind of putting themselves out there negatively. This negative connotation that comes with video vixen. But I think that's a personal feeling, because when I think of video vixen, I don't think of that. I just think of these very pretty, very shapely women that were in the videos, that were very sexy, and you know, so I mean, that was the image that I got from video vixen. But you know, so it's semantics there. I don't think Angela Yee was trying to down Bernice. I think she was a little bit in her feelings about that and didn't really remember the interview with Lala correctly, because they did flashback and let us hear what Angela said, and she never even said video vixen. She said Instagram models. But other than that, the interview was cool. Nothing spectacular, just a cool girl sitting there talking with them. Another interview that they had was Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross. Something about him I like. Even with all of the fakeness and him being a PO back in the day, and you know, whatever. I like Rick Ross. Just his personality is cool to me. And that was another cool interview. You know, people were kind of upset that he said that he never signed a girl because, you know, he felt like he, you know, would be trying to fuck her and kind of fuck the business up. And I totally understand. Listen, one thing that we should do in our lives is know our weaknesses. Okay, no shit that we don't need to be around. And you used to hear about labels a lot of times just kind of, you know, messing around with the talent. And child, if you don't need to be around something like that, then don't be around. I mean, he was sort of joking, but a little bit serious. So, I mean, it was cute. It was funny. But, yeah, I like Rick Ross. And that was also a cool interview, because he seems very knowledgeable about the business and seems to do well with his money. And he's, you know, pretty well spoken. And so yeah, it was cool. It was all good. It was all good, you guys. I enjoyed both of them. I watched both of those interviews today on Breakfast Club. Did you guys see either of the interviews? What did you guys think about them? What do you guys think about both Beatrice and Rick Ross. What did I just say? Did I say Beatrice? Is it Bernice, y'all? If I said Beatrice, child, I meant Bernice, y'all. Leave your messages, your comments about it below. Alright, you guys, so Ava DuVernay, she just signed on for a new deal at OWN. I'm not quite sure what this new deal entails. However, we know that Tyler Perry is going to be going to Viacom in 2019 and taking all of his content with him there. This is a perfect time for Ava to get this new deal with OWN, and she's supposedly going to be bringing great content to OWN, as well as Queen Sugar has been signed on for a 3rd season. So congratulations to them for that. Looking forward to Queen Sugar's 3rd season. You know, that show is good to me, but it's super slow, and so I just kind of watch it at my leisure, because child, you can almost miss 4 episodes and it'll just be the next damn day. I was like, ooh, this shit takes so long, and it's semi-depressing, but I still enjoy the show because it is a dose of reality. It just be a whole bunch of shit going on. They also say that Will Packer has inked a deal over at OWN as well. Again, not sure what the deal is, but he gonna be bringing content over there too. So you know what? Shout out to Oprah for bringing the black talent over to OWN. I am not mad. I am so glad that Oprah is opening opportunities and doors for these directors that even though both Ava and Will are well sought after directors and producers and shit now. Will is a producer, executive producer, but I just think that it's a great thing that Oprah is making it happen for these people. Speaking of deals, okay, Mara Brock Akil and her husband Salim, they also signed on to bring a dramedy over to OWN. It's going to be starting next year, and it is entitled Love Is, and then there's an opening and a period. Okay, so you just fill in the blank there. And they say that it is loosely based on their relationship, this power couple in Hollywood, and how they navigate their relationship successfully from when they first met up until now. So sounds like it'll be a really good show. And I like Mara and Salim's writing. I miss them on Being Mary Jane. Even though I don't review Being Mary Jane anymore, I still watch the show. And last season I really did enjoy the show. I thought it was in a good, new direction, took some of the focus off of her old fucked up ass family and kind of brought it more just on her. She moved to a new location and, kind of trying to start her life over and became a likable person. Child, all that shit fell apart on this first episode of this new season. I watched that shit. I was so damn annoyed. Listen, I understand that they have to bring back the conflict. Mary Jane was becoming boring because, she didn't have any conflict. Other than her trying to climb the ladder at her new job against this veteran black female anchor. So I got that they needed some more conflict. But I just was like, how do you ruin I'm about to do a spoiler. Just letting y'all know. How do you fucking ruin your whole entire life in one episode? I was just like, she's so stupid. Just dumb. And you got to know the game better than this. To me, that pissed me off so bad that I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch this season. That shit right there, I was like, see, this is exactly what the fuck I mean on this damn BET. Just always got to find a way to fuck shit up. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Congratulations to all of the directors, executive producers, and writers that are going over to OWN. Okay, but a special, fist pump of righteousness for all the black girl magic that's happening over there. Do y'all thing. And speaking of black girl magic, we got to talk about GirlsTrip and how much I love the movie. You guys knew that I was going to love the movie though, didn't you? I mean, how can you not love the movie? The movie was hilarious. Took it to the extents of comedy that I never thought that they would take it. It kind of puts you in the mindset of The Hangover meets White Girls meets, it was just a cool chick flick of these girls hanging out for a weekend at Essence Fest. Not going to tell the story for those of you guys who hadn't seen it, but definitely funny. So many parts in the movie where I was just like, oh no, they did not just do that. I was so glad I didn't see that shit with Jada. I was just like, oh! But it was really, really good. I thought the characters were all believable. The one issue I did have, Jada Pinkett Smith's character to me was just a little tad bit unbelievable that she would be approved. Like, when I look at Jada, I think that Jada is a very sexy, sexual person, and I was having a hard time putting her with the person that she was playing. I really felt like she could have switched places with Queen Latifah, but then, you know, we can't have Queen Latifah trying to fuck on Kofi. You know, her big ass and him, you know, that wasn't gonna be believable either. But the characters really could have switched, and I could have actually seen Jada more as the sassy, you know, blog writer who was friends with her. But anyway, it worked. It worked. I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. First weekend, I think they were the #2 movie, but they made somewhere around $31 million opening weekend, you guys. That is huge for a black ensemble comedy, female like this, movie like this. Fabulous, wonderful. I saw it. I could even see it again. That's how funny it was. So if you haven't seen it, definitely worth the money. I actually did pay full price for it. You guys will be proud of me. I was trying to be supportive of my girls, okay? So I didn't hit them with the senior of the kids this time, but let me know what you thought about the movie if you've seen it. And if you haven't, try to make it out this weekend and support Black Girl Magic once again. And then lastly, in quickies, you guys, first let's talk about Gilbert Arenas and his continual attack on Lupita Nyong'o. I don't understand why he does it. Now, everybody is entitled to their opinions, and some people that I may feel is attractive, you may not feel is attractive, and vice versa, okay? Everybody's entitled to their opinions. What bothers me about Gilbert Arenas is he attacks this girl on social media when she has not said one thing about Gilbert Arenas. Now, I know he was tagged. There was a picture of her posted. He was tagged. People was calling him out. But that doesn't mean that you have to respond to the tags. Just comes to the point where now it just seems like you're just harassing this girl. You're talking about her, you know, oh, you guys are just saying that she has beautiful dark skin and nobody is talking about her face. Okay, calling her a 3. Like, so unnecessary and just, you know, I mean, I don't even really care about Gilbert Arenas and his opinion, but I would imagine that if you are out there on social media and everybody is following you and listening to what you say, that as Lupita Nyong'o, who, like I said, is an innocent bystander in this, is just fucked up. And he's a fucked up ass person for continuing to do something like that. The MTV Music Video Award nominations. My boy K-Dot, y'all know this West Coast forever fool. K-Dot leads the nominations with 8 nominations. They say Katy Perry and The Weeknd is still pulling the wool over y'all fucking eyes. I hate The Weeknd. They say that he got 5, they both got 5 nominations. The biggest news is that they removed the gender specifications. Okay, so it's no more female best artist and male best artist. It's just artist of the year. And along with Kendrick Lamar, Ariana Grande, Bruno Mars, Ed Sheeran, and Lorde, they were all nominated for Best New Artist or Artist of the New Year. Get my words. They were all nominated for Artist of the Year. So good luck to all of them. I think it's supposed to air on August. Did I put it on here? August. I'll put it on the screen. People are upset that Solange didn't get any nominations. Not surprising, you guys. Listen, Solange's album was for us. You know, FUBU. Okay, For Us By Us. That's what that album was for. Solange's audience is not MTV. I know she was nominated for a Grammy, but this is different. MTV is a different community. Yeah, Solange is BET. Beyonce is MTV. I don't think that Solange is going to lose any sleep that she wasn't nominated. That album was too black for MTV. That shit was for us. I don't think that album has much crossover unless you are just a very liberal white person. So, but tell me what you guys think about it, because, you know, people were just like, oh, she didn't get an MTV award. But congratulations to all the nominations. Yes, we'll be watching. I'm not quite sure if I'll review. We'll see once the time comes. Then Black China. Listen, I ain't never been up on the, you know, the gay terms. You know, trade. You know, you hear that word being thrown around a lot, and I have a very loose understanding of what the word trade means. But when I look at Black China's boyfriend, supposedly this Michi boy, the word trade does come. Can I say that as a black woman that's not gay? Okay, I'm not trying to offend my gay community out there. I just really don't know. I hear a lot of gay people saying, "Oh, he trade," you know. But yeah, that boy looks gay to me. And really, he don't even look like he is of age. He looks like a little child to me. He look like he about 16, 17 years old. He the cutest little thing. And I'm not even sure if they really are in a relationship together. I mean, we see pictures of them together, and, you know, they kind of look at each other and kiss and then look at the camera and all of that. I think they're just trolling. Fuck, they almost look alike. I was like, is a nigga a cousin or something? Somebody go in there and do a background check on old Michi. But, Michi look a little gay to me, y'all. That's all. I mean, that ain't nothing bad. I mean, if that's what she like, maybe he buy. But if that's what she want and she ain't hurting nobody, and, you know, child, I guess. And then lastly, Kimye. A few months ago, we found out that, actually all last year, we've been hearing about, you know, Kimye trying to figure out if she was going to get pregnant again, or try to get a surrogate. And we know that she had problem in both of her pregnancies. So this third time, the doctor was like, absolutely not. You can't have no more kids. You're going to die. So they decided to find a surrogate, and they were successful. They were able to find a girl in San Diego who is in her late 20s. She has been a surrogate before. She worked with an agency. They went through this agency. They found this girl, and they found somebody that they like. So they say that they're going to pay this girl $4,500 a month to house their third baby. And then, quote, in the case of multiples, Kardashian and West will fork over $5,000 per additional child. This is all in addition to the whopping $68,850 deposit given to the agency, unquote. Now, I don't know what these numbers mean, because now, is it $45,000? Is it $68,850? Is that a deposit? That mean there's more money coming? So I'm feeling like the blogs and shit don't have all the information correct. When I listen to the stipulations in this contract, sounds like that there probably will be multiples. You guys know that is the Hollywood thing to do now, designer babies and whatnots. I'm sure they're also going to be handling her medical bills, and then they, you know, have stipulated that she can't drink, she can't smoke, okay, no raw fish, no handling a kitty litter, you know, all of these things to kind of keep her health together. But yeah, you know what, congratulations to them. If this is what they want to do, fine, child. If they can afford it, okay, then fine. Shit, is money in that surrogate thing. Okay, maybe some of you gold digging holes out there, maybe you need to look into that instead. Let me get off of here, you guys. Vacation next week. No top of the blogs next week. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.